Um, just finishing strong, finishing the regular season emphatically. You said during the week this is probably your best lineup. I imagine you still feel that way after the meet tonight. Just talk about getting that not a win, which you probably figured to get, but putting in a really good score and building some momentum toward the postseason.
Well, I think I think in a lot of places it's our best lineup. I think as the week went, we ended up on balance beam without arguably the best beam worker that we have. Just it was a decision that we had to make. When you got other kids performing, but I think Reagan Campbell will get back in there. I think we all have a ton of confidence in her, but probably that was one of the tougher decisions I've ever had to make in my coaching career, was to take her out on senior day. But other than that, I think that's probably the lineup you're going to see. We'll see how beam shakes out and what the order looks like and those things. But I would anticipate Reagan Campbell getting back in on beam.
So she just didn't do well enough.
It's just tough when you have a lot of depth.
I know she's been hurt, but
yeah, she's been hurt. There's been a lot of factors that have gone into that. We just had, when you put in years past, we didn't have Haley Bryant and Alona Shinikova doing what they're doing on that event, and so, and when you set up things and you use certain metrics to make decisions, you got to stick with them or they don't mean anything. And so, it was just a decision that we had to make. It's not that she's, not going to be there, but it's just a decision that we made.
And I'm right in saying, I know this might sound like a stupid question, but on average, y'all locked up the number 2 seed for the SECs, right? Because
I would assume that's the case, Scott. Brandon is the expert on our. He's kind of the gatekeeper of all things scoring and that kind of thing. So, I would assume that that's the case.
Unless somebody else had a 199 or something somewhere.
Yeah,
you probably did, but you guys hit on a lot. I mean, y'all had, I guess there was one. Chase had a fall, but I mean, otherwise, y'all hit. I mean, it looked like your best meet since Florida overall.
Yeah, that second spot on bars has been a little troublesome all year. On the one hand, we have Bridget Dean, who's a proven commodity, but she's unable to train a lot because her shoulder is something that we really have to manage. And if I train her too hard there, I run the risk of losing her on beam and floor as well, because it's just been a chronic deal that started late in the fall. And so we've kind of, if you notice, we've gone back and forth in that spot. It's either been Chase or it's been Bridget. And it kind of is kind of a game time decision each week, where we have to go with whoever the hot hand is and also gauge where Bridget's shoulder is. So, Chase has done some great routines for us this year. So I've got all the confidence in her. It's just tonight was just not her night on that event.
The decision to keep Kaya out of the all around for so long, I'm sure it was very tough at times to not want to put her out there, but she looked, from up here, she looked fresh. Obviously she had some really great performances. Yeah. Just talk about that decision, and now looking back on it, how you feel it sets you up for the postseason.
Well, I'm absolutely glad we did it. I mean, I think sometimes, if you have to make decisions that are tough, that are about the landscape view of everything and the big picture. And we kept training her, but we were training her on the rod floor in our gym, which is a more forgiving surface. And it allowed us to continue to keep her endurance where it needed to be. So, and she's such an athlete that really it's not much of a transition for her to leave the rod floor and come to the spring floor. She did her first routine on the spring floor Monday, and in about 2 months, and looked like she'd never missed a beat. And she's, it's about, when you have a kid like that, you just know what they're capable of. And sometimes practice with somebody like her is overrated. So we just, I'm glad we did it. I'm glad we got through it. I'm glad she got it under her belt. And now she can feel that much more confident as we enter the postseason which at least for SECs and nationals, should we go that far, will be on a podium, which is also a little more forgiving.
And maybe you could say something a little bit about your seniors tonight.
Yeah.
As we've said, it may or may not be their final meet for some of them, but they went out with some nice performances as well.
Yeah, the seniors did tonight what you expect seniors to do. They provided us with a lot of leadership, a lot of great performances, but also their emotional makeup is tremendous for us. They're pretty steady-handed when they're in their zone, and they were in the leadoff spot on vault, on beam, on floor, and they're crucial to our success. And they did an amazing job tonight and did exactly what you would want to see from seniors on senior day.
Did you whisper in any years, you can do this again next year? Did you tell anybody that when they finished?
Hey, I've been whispering that. Since August. Since we found out that was a possibility. We'll see how that goes.
It was nice. It was nice for you to get Olivia Gunter out there for an exhibition routine. I know you said usually get that opportunity, obviously, in SEC meets, but that was a nice way for her to finish. Since she told me she's definitely not coming back.
Well, Olivia Gunter I have a very strong affinity for that kid. Things don't always show up in a score sheet or things like that in terms of the impact that somebody has on a team and a program. And there's not been many that have exemplified what we want the culture of our program to look like better than Olivia Gunter. She is vocal. She's committed. She does everything without complaining. Last year she got to compete some, and then this year it didn't go that way, and her role shifted. But she never complained, not one time, not even had a look on her face about it. And she continued to exhort her teammates, continued to hold people accountable, continued to do everything that you would want her to do as a senior. And I couldn't be prouder of Olivia Gunter. Like I said, I got a strong affinity for that kid. She is full of character, and she's what you want on your team.
Okay, we appreciate it, Jay.
All right, thank you, Jay.
Thanks, guys.
Congratulations. Thank you.